hello, movie lovers. I'm your host, TJ Thompson, and it is Monday night. It is Monday movie night. I want to quickly go ahead and bring in my co-host so we can get the gang all together. First up, the one, the only, the bringer of the Magnificent Butcher last week. Thank God we're not watching his movie again this week. It's Brian Smith. What's up, man?
Well, howdy. I'm doing just all right.
Oh God,
Amazing movie.
The Logan Lucky references, accents are going already. And someone who is coined the phrase, I think I almost lost my grits. It is Miss Kimberly Thompson. So if anyone has anything to say about
I
Southern
hope
accents,
my accent is a little better than that, if I'm being honest.
I don't know. The accent in Logan Lucky we will definitely talk about. It is on my list. First off, let me explain to everybody the rules of the show and what we do here each week. So each week, Brian, Kimberly, and myself place a movie in this hat. We then draw a movie out of the hat, and we all watch it. Everybody can watch it. It's usually on a streaming platform, and we come back on Monday nights and we review it. And then at the end of the night, we'll score it, pick another movie, rinse and repeat. We do it over and over and over again until we get tired of doing this show, or until Facebook pulls us for copyright, which is probably going to happen sooner than us getting tired of doing the show. You want to catch everybody up with tonight's movie, which was Logan Lucky. I say we watch the trailer, and then we'll kind of get this party rolling. You guys ready? You guys ready?
Go.
Sounds good.
Right, let's do it. Yeah.
Jimmy, I'm just gonna say it. I gotta let you go.
It's Parks and Rec, man.
You were just fired.
I was let go for liability reasons involving insurance.
The one-armed bartender.
You need to show a little respect. Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Classic accent.
I know how they move the money.
The only guy who knows anything about blowing up real bank vaults is Joe Bang.
Not Joe Dirt. Or Joe Exotic.
Am incarcerated.
Yeah, we got a plan to get you out.
That accent, man.
I know, dude.
Coca-Cola 600 is the bibiggest race of the year.
We need a computer whiz.
I know everything there is to know about computers. Okay,
It's the worst ones.
all the Twitters. I know them.
All the Twitters.
All Twitters.
Welcome to the Coca-Cola 600.
Bubba Burger's a sponsor of NASCAR.
20 yards. I don't know, maybe 30.
There's a lot of sponsors
Is
in
it
here.
20 or is it 30? We are dealing with science here.
They're gonna know what we want them to know.
My life of crime is over.
That is massively stupid.
It's been handled.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
That looks like it hurt.
I want everything on Jimmy Logan.
Stack cast, man.
Get naked.
Introducing Daniel Craig.
I said no bacon.
You Logans mustn't be as simple-minded as people say.
People say that.
Would you give me my arm, please?
Is it this one?
Yes. Yes. So, Logan Lucky. Let me fill everybody into the story. All right. So you have two brothers, played by Channing Tatum and Kylo Ren, and or Adam Driver. I just see
Adam
Kylo Ren.
Driver.
I see Kylo Ren every time I look at him. And then they have a sister played by Riley Keough. I don't know how to. That's another one I don't know. I did look her up because I never heard of her before, and she's pretty
Yeah, I
prominent
didn't
in the
know who she
film.
was.
She's got the two brothers and the sister. She is the eldest grandchild of Elvis Presley.
Whoa.
So yeah, that was her claim to fame. But anyway, so you have the two brothers and the sister. They basically come together to pull off a heist, and they have to convince Daniel Craig, who is a convict, named Joe Boom. What is it?
Joe Bang.
Joe Bang. Joe Bang. They have to convince Joe Bang to basically blow a hole in the side of the vault. And it's at the Charlotte's Motor Speedway, and they planned on it to be during like kind of a quieter, I think, race week that was sponsored by a grocery store, which they convinced the two guys with the bad accent to do for the Lord, and then it ends up happening on like the largest race weekend that they have at Charlotte Motor Speedway. So it came out in 2017, which is crazy that I don't remember seeing it come out in theaters at all. Like a stat cast, it seems like you'd seen a poster.
I missed it totally.
I did digging on IMDb about it, and it was like, I guess the director like circumvented all the studios to produce it. So like he sold off like all his international rights and stuff. So even though it had like a full release, I think it was like buried because people didn't like that he did that. So anyway, Kim, what were your thoughts on Logan Lucky?
Well, who knew that Channing Tatum made such an excellent redneck? Because I feel like he looks the part 100,000%. That and that gummy bears could be used as explosives. Those are a couple things that I learned in this film. But in all honesty, the movie, it's just a really enjoyable movie. I mean, no one's winning an Oscar on this thing. But it's just good, entertaining. It's like the hick version of Ocean's 11, you know?
Did you
like
like
you
it
have this one guy that's
better than the Ocean's movies? Or did you?
It's different. I like the Ocean's movies. It's a lot. Ocean's 11 or the Ocean's movie are a lot classier. So I mean, whoever wrote this script was like, I'm going to make fun of West Virginians, and then they wrote the whole story around that premise because I feel like they just took what people assume West Virginians are and just like blew it up to be so extreme. And the accents in this movie and just like the overall like the wardrobe and like it was just really exaggerated. But I mean it's good fun entertainment. It's just like the hick version of Ocean's 11. So if you like Oceans, you'll probably like this movie. You know. So.
The hick version of Ocean's 11. I don't think they would like that, but I liked it better than Ocean's 11 actually.
I think that, I mean, so Steven Soderbergh is a director, and I think the writer of both of them. Like, it's on purpose. It's the same guy
he was
who did
involved.
all the movies.
Yeah, he was involved in like Ocean's 8 and the newer
Ocean's
one.
11, 12, and 13. He did all of them.
But but he was like directly involved in 8. I think he was like lower level on the other one.
No, he was the director of. Yeah, Steven Soderbergh.
Yeah, I think he's the director of all the Ocean's movies.
Yeah, and I believe he edits, like he cuts his own film, like he does the work too.
I'm gonna IMDb.
Yeah, fact check me.
He's gonna Google that. No, what did he say? I Googled it. I Googled it.
Yeah, I bet people in England hate it when people do crappy English accents. You know, but it's just a sticking point here, man. Yeah, but you can't get any further south than we're from, right? We're as far south as you can go before you hit Florida. For the most part, right. Brunswick is an hour north of the Florida border.
Yeah.
And man, those accents are just so bad. They're so bad.
They're different. Like someone in North Carolina has a different accent than a Georgian, and like West Virginians definitely have a different accent. And I agree. I agree.
But what was Adam Driver doing? What accent was he doing?
Okay.
I don't know.
It was wild.
And you have Daniel Craig.
Have you seen the Adam Driver like he does like the TED Talk like on acting and all that? Have you ever watched that?
No, I haven't.
Probably not. dude, like legit, like I created these short stories and places for actors and like really into it. And I'm like, but you're a terrible actor. Like
Oh,
I only see him as Kylo Ren. Like he has that like he was just like the looks and the way that he stares and all that. I don't like I only see Kylo Ren. And I didn't watch what was the divorce movie, Kim?
Marriage Story. I was just about to say
oh,
his acting in Marriage Story I feel like is phenomenal. I don't think he does comedy very well. I think he does like these he's better at these real dark interpersonal like that are tormented with all these emotions. I don't know. I loved him in Marriage Story. Him and Scarlett Johansson was phenomenal.
If you watched
But yeah,
if you watched his Saturday Night Live, you will know he can't do comedy. Like it was
yeah.
painful. The best thing about his like Saturday Night Live appearance was when he was an undercover boss and murdered everybody as Kylo
yeah.
Ren. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't buy his acting. Anyway, I'll let you finish on Kylo Ren before I move on to Daniel
Well,
Craig.
here's what I was gonna say though. Like, to me, this was a movie that shows you the difference between like charismatic actors and uncharismatic. Because like the thing that makes the movie work is how charismatic all the people are. Like, I thought Adam Driver with his crazy accent, I loved it. I loved everything he was doing. It was so weird, and I wanted to watch it. I guess my biggest complaint comparing this one to an Ocean's movie was this felt like someone tried to mash a Coen brother movie with a Ocean's movie. Like it had all the slick scheming stuff, but they tried to do the weird character stuff, and that's where just I don't know. I liked
See,
it. It just felt like it wasn't there.
I completely agree. I love like one of the notes that I had taken was like I could hear like the whole like Dapper Dan like kind of
Uh-huh.
like conversation from Mo Brother Where Art Thou like in some of those accents, 2 weeks from everywhere, stay out to Woolsworth. Like it had that feel and the way they shot stuff was kind of like that. And they owned the weirdness, which I think I
Yeah.
like in Ocean's movies when there's some weirdness happens. Like, but they don't. It's
Mhm.
always like completely out of the way and never ignored. Like if something happens in an Ocean's movie, it may happen once or twice, and it's just like that was weird. Characters have a look, move on. There's a scene this sets this up perfectly that I think it it demonstrates this 100% what I'm talking about in the weirdness and a little setup so people know where we're at. Um, Daniel Craig is has basically been recruited for the heist, and as part of his deal with Channing Tatum and Adam Driver, they're the brothers. He says, "I need half the cut because I have two brothers, and like I got to take care of them, and I need them in on the job. We're gonna kind of split it." And you're like, "Okay, well, you meet those two guys. There were two guys in the trailer. We're making fun of their accents, and they're just dum dums, and they really don't have anything to do. They're just kind of like his arms outside of prison. So there's a meeting in the prison where Daniel Craig is going to tell his two brothers what he needs to pull this heist off because he's going to get broken out. He wants to make sure all the gear's there, and he goes and tells them to meet a bear in the woods and to
Oh
get these
shit.
supplies. And this like sets up like perfectly what I'm talking about with the blend of Coen brothers. And so here's.
I need you to go visit the bear in the woods.
Tell him you're there to collect the bag he's been keeping for me.
And he just disappears.
Disappears.
Like that's exactly what I'm talking about. When I saw that, I was like, ah! I was like,
I lost him. I was like, he's gone. Like, where'd he go?
I love that. Like I love that because Daniel Craig's character. I mean, they're all the characters over the top. That's what I do like about it. That's why I think like with Adam Driver's character, like he's just so dry and I don't know. I get what he's doing, but it doesn't seem genuine, which I guess is not.
Oh.
Or it's all kind of slapsticky. But that scene, man, just go meet a bear in the woods. He's got a bag. He's been holding it for him. And then no acknowledgement that the bear disappeared.
Yeah.
Like, the other two guys are like, there's a guy coming towards us in a bear costume.
And they never even show you like really what's in the bag. Like you don't even know like what he's been holding on to this whole time.
They don't use it.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
Because they needed just gummy bears in a plastic bag and some bleach.
Well, it looks like they're going to use it because I thought it was in the back of her car, and then she reached in the bag and stole the wires, and I thought, oh no, she just ruined the whole plan.
She got batteries.
But none of that mattered. Yeah, so she got
I thought that was a bomb. Like at first,
I did too.
When she was like, I was like, oh, the whole thing's like a big bomb the bear in the woods has been keeping for Daniel Craig. But it's crazy. There was a stacked cast though. There was Katie Holmes, which out of nowhere, Channing Tatum, Daniel Craig, Kylo Ren, the eldest grandchild of Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley.
Seth MacFarlane was awesome. So if you're a Family Guy, if you like any of his stuff, his show just recently got canceled. I was watching the space show. What was it called?
Orville.
Yes, Orville. Yeah, I liked this show. But he did good in this. Like I liked him. I liked his movie. Once was it Wow, 1,000 Ways to Die in the West. But he played a good character. The one guy, actually, Hilary Swank, who they showed in the trailer, it was like this Academy Award winner, shows up at 1 hour and 30 minutes into the film. Like you have all these actors and all this incredible talent, and there's like basically a lady that's an FBI detective that shows up for 30 minutes. That was it. That was it.
Yeah.
They waited an hour and a half to show up.
Well, I mean, Katie Holmes only has like 2 scenes and probably like 5 lines. Like,
yeah. She was there to set up the end, is basically what that was her whole point, was to set up the curse of the Logan.
Well, and just to be a bad mom too, because that's what her role was, to be a bad mom.
Her? No.
Yeah, she told her.
I'm not talking about Kate. I'm sorry. I was talking about Hilary Swank at the end. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Hilary Swank came in, and her was to set up the curse at the end. Did you guys catch that Bucky was in this? This is what I think Kim didn't realize. Did you guys catch that?
I did
Bucky?
not.
Who's Bucky?
Okay, I figured you guys didn't catch that. This is Bucky from Captain America. That's Bucky the driver.
Oh.
He was the driver for the team.
That is Bucky.
He cut his hair. Apparently, when this movie was made, he just finished The Winter Soldier. That's Seth MacFarlane in costume, obviously on the left, but that's him. That's Sebastian Stan. So yeah, Bucky.
I did not
from
get
Captain
that was
America.
him.
Yep, there were so many people in this, like race car drivers. The music, like I loved the music. Like I think that's one of the things in Oh Brother Where Art Thou, Coen Brothers movies that draw me in, is how they bring the music in. We got to listen to the guy that composes music for the Coen Brothers at a conference here recently, and I love it. I love it so much. There was a John Denver song, Patsy Cline, Bo Diddley, Dr. John, a Creedence Clearwater Revival song. So it had like this West Virginia kind of, kind of thing. And then you throw in a little pepper of the pageant. The pageant, gotta get the pageant with my extensions. Pageant. The spray tan scene with the paint sprayer, the paint booth. Like, I thought that was gonna go awry.
The little girl to me was like hilarious in her own right.
Yeah.
His daughter. Like there was just some like very they did a great job of picking her to be a West Virginia child.
Yeah.
Oh.
I agree with that.
Her character was on spot on.
You don't want to say anything bad about kids, but she had a weird look about her.
Okay.
She looked different. She had a different.
I'm not gonna go there.
You're not gonna go there.
Like I feel like.
But she did have a different look. Diana, James Bond, Magic Mike, and Kylo Ren. What more can you ask for? I agree. It was absolutely awesome. Aside from the southern accents, it was pretty. It was pretty epic. The one thing that stood out to me was like the innuendos they put in things. And it was obviously like, I guess when you have complete control over the movie, you can do what you want. And like the prison riot when they give them like Game of Thrones demands.
Yeah, I love
for the library. And they like have the whole back and forth of like, oh well, we need the new books, and they're like, well, the new books aren't ready, and he's like, no, they're supposed to be ready. Like these deadlines, George Martin said they were going to be done, and blah blah blah. And it's like, what?
Like
He
2
had
years ago.
complications, yeah. But that new inmate came in and said there was a lady with dragons. I was like, I don't. You probably don't watch Game of Thrones, Brian, but it was for me. I thought that was awesome that they included that for sure.
That's great. I love it. It's funny.
Yeah. The cinematography side, it was shot on a Red Epic, which was shot in 4K. The pacing was like super spot on for a heist film. Like it moved. It was great how they would do static shots too and let characters move in the frame. Like I love that. Like I love when the camera's just there and like actions happen, but it's so goofy or wonky. It's just like it's like the bear was perfect. It's just who would just no one in a Marvel movie's like, let's just go to this kind of mushy woods and just make it wide. What's gonna happen? They're just gonna stand there, and the bear's gonna come in. Well, what are we gonna like push in or dolly or kind of jib move? No. Just lock it down. Lock it down. Let the bear come in. Keep rolling. Let the bear exit. Next scene. I mean, it's like
no, we're gonna cross dissolve the bear out of the frame.
Yeah. I love that.
Before he leaves the frame.
Yeah, and I don't know, I felt like I recognized places in it, but it was shot between Douglasville and Clayton County. So
interesting.
up your way, Brian, and then obviously at the Concord, North Carolina racetrack, which is the big NASCAR track.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, what are your problems? What are the problems you saw in the movie?
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren, all right.
Yeah, what about you, Kim? What you got? Anything you didn't like?
To me, it was just making fun of things. So there wasn't really anything that I couldn't stand or like I really bugged me or I didn't like. Kylo Ren didn't bother me. I feel like his dryness actually brought some balance to the other characters. So I didn't mind his lack thereof. But yeah, I enjoyed the movie. As much as it pains me to say this because this is your pick, it's just a good, enjoyable movie. Like
yeah, it is.
It's almost those movies you don't have to think about. Like you don't need to read too much in it. It is what it is. And just as a Southerner, I even appreciated that they're making fun of Southerners. So cheers to the redneck Ocean's 11.
What about you, Brian? Is there anything you didn't like about it? Go ahead. This is your time to blast it for not having a kung fu scene.
Well, no, yeah, there's no fight scenes. I guess there's a fight scene in a bar. But the plan didn't make any sense, right? Like what they accomplished none of it made sense. I don't know if it was like intentional or not, but they hired that dude to blow up a bank vault, and then they never needed to blow up a bank vault. Like, what did he do? Why did he send a bomb down that pneumatic tube to suck up the money if all they're going to do is suck up the money from the pneumatic tube?
I got you. So this is the plot hole that I saw. All right. You're saying, why do we send a bomb into the tube, right? Because they need to blow the door open, right? To get down in there. But
that little bitty tabby door on the pneumatic tube.
Yeah.
Not the bank vault. Yeah, okay.
No, not the bank vault. Yeah, they had to blow that up.
No, the door to the tube.
Yeah, they blew the bottom of the tube off so they could get the whole thing in there. But my thing, I guess, loophole-wise, well, I don't know. I see why they did it. I was going to say you could have basically just disassembled one of the tubes right there and just caught all the money.
Yeah.
I know that's what you're thinking. But they
all
wanted
the tubes.
All the tubes. Yeah.
They just disconnected all the tubes, and all the money would have came right to them.
I think that'd been
There's no
harder.
need to have a big section.
I guess that would have been harder. Or maybe they didn't know how much was already in there before. Maybe they waited for it to collect in one place and then just do it.
Maybe
the trash taking it out though is definitely a ripoff from another movie. I feel like the money getting taken away in the trash. I don't know what movie it was from, but I definitely feel like I've seen that before.
I think what made this one
the main plot hole.
Honestly, what
Go
made
ahead,
this not
Brian.
as clever to me as Ocean's 11 is they a lot of the pull the crime off happened off screen, and they never really showed how they did it. So like they orchestrate the prison riot, they escape from the bathroom behind the like paper towel holder, and then they're just free later on. You never really see how they get out. You never really see how they get back in. They hired a guy to smoke in a room as a distraction, but there's no flashback of them putting together the real plan. So I don't know why they needed the other dudes to do a fake plan so they could secretly do a real plan that they rewarded the other dudes for still being a part of.
You're really overthinking this.
You see what I'm saying?
I think to me, the biggest plot hole is that they portray these people as idiots, but then this guy is brilliant enough to come up with this whole plan that is obviously a plan inside of a plan.
There's a dude playing another dude.
Playing a dude playing another dude.
I think you're I actually thought the plot of the heist itself, I mean, wasn't that bad. You had your guys that had to blow up the electronic utilidor thing. And that explosive had to be made by your convict guy, which that was a hilarious scene too. Was the like
that part was great.
Now put 3 into 4. Okay, shake it. All right, run,
run.
Well, no, I love when he's like he's explaining it, and they like look at him like he's dumb, and he explains a little more, and it cuts him just staring at him again, and the next scene is him with a chalk on the wall.
You're talking about with the gummy bear bomb thing that he
with
made.
the bleach.
Yeah.
I love that.
This is my favorite comment so far. Is the not 2 dudes and 1 chick. That's right. It's a dude playing another dude playing another dude. Don't Google that one. Stay away.
But like, help me out here. So it was a big plot point that he put that little magnet in front of the laser so the gate wouldn't open up, right? And they showed us that like 3 times, him going and doing the gate thing. But why? Why did he do that? What good did
to
that...
get them?
He switched the bags.
No, he didn't. He walked past the bag with the red tag on it. It was already in the dumpster. He didn't like switch anything or change it. He just walked up, pulled the little thing, walked back down.
Did it get Daniel Craig's character out of there because it was taking them too long? So they could
because the sister had to come. Yeah, the sister had to come back in to get the right bag.
But why?
Because he wanted to keep, that was the flashback when he wanted to keep all the information from them. Like he was like, it even threw that back of like, we're only going to let them know what they need to know. And so he just played it all close to the chest so that no one would rat anyone out. No one would fight. No one would like go buy a Hummer. They just thought that he gave all the money up, which he did. The money they pulled out in that cart is what he had in the truck.
Mm-hmm.
And then all the money he gave to his sister, that's what he gave to everybody.
Except where they specifically showed the red tag bag in the back of the truck the brothers were driving.
Sure. Yeah, I think...
so there was actually money in there.
No, but specifically the red tag bags that they dug up later on.
I don't think the red tag had any other like thing other than it was to identify a money bag, not his money bag.
Versus a trash bag.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. They shot it a whole bunch. They're like red tags all over the place. When they dug it up, they made sure you saw the red tag right when they dug it up.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, where was it buried at? Why was it buried in a big dirt hill? Why was it in a dump or a trash?
It was a landfill, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a landfill.
That was a dirt field.
It was a landfill.
That junk had been in the ground for a long time by the time they dug it up. Then
that was in a landfill, and then there was the good reference to his wife stealing his money under the swing with the tree. That was the last one.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last one. I feel like you're hating on the plot of the heist, and that I didn't feel like that was that bad at all.
Heist just
you gotta not think too much about this movie, Brian. That's the problem. You're overthinking it.
Well, no, you can. I mean, by all means,
incarcerated.
Yeah, like getting behind the wall of a bathroom is one thing. Getting out of a secured prison during a riot is it's like it's short form. The writer's like, they figured it out. They got out somehow. the brothers did something. They're done. Everyone's fine.
Showed it.
Everyone's got money.
They went under the truck. They built the things and put them under the truck.
Where was that truck at?
It pulled into the bay. They've been building that for weeks. Man,
I saw them building this. I don't know.
You cannot watch movies on the treadmill. Obviously, like
I can't. They
not the one that's it's intense.
I don't know if it's intense.
This one was too high level for a treadmill. It was the West Virginian. What was it? The Ocean 7-Eleven was too much for you.
Nah, that was a good.
Ocean 7-Eleven. I like that one.
Yeah, that's that was.
I liked it. I think it was a good movie. I think it's probably of all the ones we've watched, it's the one I probably would recommend the most of all of them. I loved Instant Family, but this to me is an easier film. But the plot just didn't make any sense.
All right, let's get to wrap ups then. So Kimberly, give us your conclusion and your score for Logan Lucky.
Okay. So like I said earlier, it's just a really enjoyable movie. It's easy to watch, and I recommend you not overthink it. Just enjoy the horrible Southern accents and making fun of West Virginians, and you'll be good to go. So with that said, I gave it a score of 80.
Ooh, 80. Again, this is going for me. This is going towards my average, which is currently in the lead.
We all know.
Yeah. All right, Brian, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. Like I said, the accents are dumb, and it's hard for me to get past. I still don't think the heist makes a whole lot of sense. But I really do think that, like, Channing Tatum, I can't even say his name. He's a great actor. Like, he's an engaging actor. Even if he's not, like, skilled, proficient in his craft, I want to watch what he does. Adam Driver, the same way. Daniel Craig, he could do the dumbest accent in the world, and I think he's a charismatic dude on screen. So I loved all the movie. I gave it an 83, my highest score yet. I would have given it much higher if Danny Ocean would have showed up. Like, if somehow they were cousins to the Oceans or Brad Pitt. Because, listen, cinematic universes are happening all over the place, and I could get on board for Ocean's 11 cinematic universe, where there's just crazy heist all over the globe, and they've got to come together for one super heist. I'd be all about it.
Yeah, I would totally be on board for that. And actually, I think they did kind of merge some universes with Knives Out. Did you see Knives Out?
Oh, I love Knives Out, man. It was
okay.
great.
So they basically brought Daniel's Craig detective. That's the same dude. Those are the same people. Same
it's close.
accent.
He was like a New Orleans.
I'm a Southern boy, like the fried chicken. Like the get on the board with the like that's the accent that he had in both movies. So yes, I think they brought it together. I thought that Logan Lucky was fantastic. It is definitely a movie right up my alley. It has fast pace. It's funny. It's shot in a quirky way, which I love. I'm a huge music fan of like how things are scored and when they play certain songs in places. And heist movies are the best because they always have that cool like jazz drummer that during like the montage scenes. It's almost like the music we have for this show actually. So I loved it. I absolutely love it, and it was hilarious. It was. Yes, I will definitely recommend it to folks for sure over any of the other movies. And I gave it my highest score yet, a 90.
Dang.
Yes, I gave it a 90 because I feel like it's an A of a film, especially on the budget they had. The fact that they pulled all these actors together, got them to agree to do this for one, and it came out like awesome and not hokey or terrible, because a lot of times you have a terrible movie and they pull all these big names in to make the movie better. And this generally was like a good movie with a ton of people in it. And so yeah, I'm giving it a 90. Let's go to the old scoreboard here and see where that puts me. Oh, average is out though. So I'm still at an 85. So even with the 90, and this is episode 4. So this was this is the first time that we've had someone with a double movie. So I have 2 now under my belt. So we took the score from my first movie, the score average from the second movie, and averaged those 2 together. So that's how I came up with the score. I thought that would only be fair because I know that I'm going to have a dud 59 just like you, Brian, one of these days. And we want it to average out. We want you to have hope. And maybe I can still win.
I told you guys I'm playing a different game. I'm playing a different game.
All right. Ready for next week's movie?
Yeah.
Ooh,
all right. And
there's
no secondsies, no onesies, no iffies, no nothing. I'm making sure that I'm mixing them so I have no idea. Plus, the ASMR sound.
Or that tiny little stage hat that you have.
Dude, I actually wore this hat in the show.
That's
okay, here it is. You ready?
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh man! No!
It's Brian. It was pretty dramatic how it came out of the hat the right way,
dude.
The Polka King will be next week's movie. Hey, it's a birthday movie for Brian. There you go. You got to pick.
Oh, that is right.
You got to pick for your birthday week. I will try my hardest to try to get what's his name? Nacho Libre guy.
Jack Black?
Jack Black. Yeah, Jack Black's in this film. I'll try to get him on for your birthday, Brian. That'd be awesome.
We're trying for Channing Tatum, but
I reached out to Channing Tatum's people.
Yeah.
If I keep reaching out there, someone's definitely gonna bite. Got a shout out your pre-happy birthday.
Thanks.
All right, but
hey,
next
let me
week,
say too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Polka King. I don't know a single thing about it. I googled movies on Netflix. And I saw that Jack Black made a movie called Polka King. And I thought, man, that's one we gotta watch. I don't know if it's comedy. I don't know if it's a drama. I'm assuming it's comedy, but I don't know a single thing about it.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's like a it's not like a fratty comedy, but it's like a a Dumb and Dumber
more Nacho
comedy.
Libre.
I don't think it's gonna be that good.
I wish.
I don't think it's gonna be that good at all. But I don't know. It should be
I'll
fun.
wear my stretchy pants just in case.
It's gonna be more fun than The Magnificent Butcher. I can assure you.
That was pretty fun.
Oh.
Our definition of fun are completely different. We'll find out. We will find out if this is gonna be fun or not next week on Monday Movie Night. See ya.